Hey folks, today is Friday, March 29th, 2019. As usual, I'm Jake Baldino, here to talk about video game news every Friday. And it's a busy week. As you can tell, we're here at PAX East in Boston. Big video game convention, a lot going on. I'll get more on that in a bit. But the biggest news, also to come from here, is Borderlands. Now, Gearbox had a panel. You can call it that, right? A lot of stuff happened.
It's kind of like a panel.
There's
some magic tricks.
Despite the technical difficulties, which, I mean, we can't talk shit because we're having a ton today. Gearbox did announce a lot of stuff. First, they announced a Tiny Tina-themed Borderlands card game. Next week, we're also getting the official release of Borderlands 1 Remastered for PS4, PC, and Xbox One. That's something to look forward to. We're also getting Borderlands 2 with a new update for the PlayStation Aim controller, which that's kind of awesome. And the Handsome Jack collection is also getting updated. So there's a lot of interesting stuff there. They also announced that we're getting one of my favorite games, Bulletstorm, on Nintendo Switch. I'm willing to give it another try. But of course, the biggest thing was Borderlands 3. We got a pretty lengthy trailer, and to be completely honest, it's exactly Borderlands. It's exactly what I was expecting. It's what I was hoping. Props to Gearbox for coming out immediately and saying, hey, we're not making a battle royale game. I appreciated that. What this is it's just another Borderlands game with new stuff, new characters, and seemingly new worlds. That's one of the things I'm most excited for, is the fact that they've detailed multiple worlds that you can travel to. Reportedly, the game does kind of start on Pandora and expand from there, and I'm really feeling that. The new Vault Hunters are really sick, and I was just excited for this announcement, but we're apparently getting more. April 3rd, Gearbox said they're going to be announcing much more, including the release date, which there has been a lot of speculation out there. There are some numbers that popped up in the trailer that people put 2 and 2 together, a 10 and a 1, which is also a Borderlands anniversary. So some people are saying October 1st is when it's going to release. Is that a thing? Like I said, we can speculate, but we don't have to wait too much longer because April 3rd, we're getting all the deets, hopefully. I just want to see raw, straight-up gameplay. That's really what I'm looking for. Of course, a lot of this is me passing it off to you. I'm really curious to hear what you guys want from Borderlands 3. Now that it's officially a thing, what do you want from the upcoming announcement? Personally, I just want to see more breakdowns. I want to see how many abilities the hunters can get. But again, I'm happy that it's Borderlands. It exists in its own thing. You can play a co-op. It's fun. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a games as a service live Destiny type of thing. But we're going to have to just wait and see. I do expect this to release sooner rather than later because they've been working on it for so long. This has been like an industry best, worst kept secret for a while now. But also in the news, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice was a game that we've kind of been obsessed with here. And shout out to this guy, seemingly the first guy to complete the game in under an hour. This son of a bitch. This is Dan Flesh 111, and he did it. As you probably know, Sekiro and From Software's other games are notoriously challenging. I'm getting my ass handed to me on a daily basis despite loving it, but this guy just makes it look easy. This has been a thing, like when these games come out, people gun for this immediately, so he's the first, but it's probably going to get beaten. So I wish him luck in trying to hold that record. It's really awesome. If you want to check it out and you want to check out his playthrough, linked in the description below, as well as everything else we talked about this week. Now let's move on and talk about mobile gaming for a second. Now, hang on. All right. I know, but listen, this is actually pretty interesting, and the ramifications could be big. So Apple hosted a big event where they announced Apple Arcade, which is essentially going to be an Xbox Game Pass style thing for iPhone games. This is going to be a subscription-based service, and you pay this monthly subscription. We don't know the price yet, but essentially you're going to get access to a bunch of high-quality, curated games, specifically curated by Apple, but made by a lot of other companies. A lot of developers have been signed on apparently already. We've got stuff like Sonic, we've got Sega making games, we've got Lego making games. Disney is apparently in on it as well. They got a lot of heavy hitters here. They even have like some Final Fantasy creators and some already famed indie developers. It was actually a pretty big surprise from this event how gaming focused it was. Apparently they are investing money into the development of these games, and what they've said, it does actually sound promising. Love or hate Apple, they said that you're going to be able to access and also play all of these games offline when you're not connected, which I think is pretty huge. Apparently a lot of these games may have DLC or support or add-on content, and for the most part it's all going to be free stuff since you already are kind of essentially paying for the game. And I think this is interesting because it's just a very different approach for mobile gaming, something we haven't seen yet. And, you know, as much as we might be a little more hardcore and we you know, what's the word? God, flip your nose. We flip our nose at mobile gaming sometimes. This is flip our nose up. What? Turn your nose up? Flip. You can't flip your nose. We talk shit about mobile gaming. And this is a way that they could possibly change things. Essentially, although Apple has their hands in it, these can result in higher quality experiences. Personally, I am the type of person where I don't mind actually paying for a game. A paid game is better than a free game. Not always, but sometimes. But some of them can get expensive, especially the high quality 3D ass crazy games. You know, they can cost 10, 15 bucks a pop. So if you're paying a subscription that's something like $10 a month, that could be a better value. Basically what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm hoping that it just results to better quality mobile games down the line overall. Maybe Android will be forced to try something like this as well. You know, Google could get on something like this. I know they have the whole Stadia thing, but that's a whole nother story. I'm going on too long. I probably talked about mobile games way too much here, but just, you know, keep an eye on it. I think it's very interesting. Developers seem kind of iffy on it, like 50-50. Some are excited, some aren't, but I'm curious to see where this goes. Now, of course, next up, we're gonna have a bunch of stuff linked in the description below that we think you should check out in case you missed it throughout the week. The first thing we have is a new trailer for Streets of Rage 4. It's a gameplay trailer, and honestly, it's kind of cool. The art's pretty sweet. I hope that actually turns out to be really good and not like a complete disappointment for old people like me who like those games. But on the flip side, if that's not your thing, we also got the newest trailer for Wolfenstein Youngblood, and it's a damn good trailer. Like, I know it's just a trailer and it's really edited well, but it's just good Wolfenstein shit, and I'm all about it. We also get a look at old BJ Blazkowicz, which I think is really cool, and I didn't expect them to actually go that route. I'm very curious to see what they do with his character, even though it does focus on his daughters and more of a co-op experience. I think it looks really promising. I love those games. Oh, also, I didn't see this coming for some reason. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but they also released Elder Scrolls Blades, sort of early access. You can download it on Android and iOS. You can't always get into it, but you can kind of see what's going on if you want to Skyrim on your phone. I don't know if that's going to be it, but just a little surprise announcement. At PAX East, Sunday, if you're here, if for some reason you're watching this while you're at PAX, Sunday, 3:30 p.m., Albatross Theater, we're going to be doing a version of the show there. We're also doing a meetup at Discord's booth on Saturday at 11 a.m. So if you want to just hang out, we'd love to meet you guys. We're going to have stickers. Come on down. Come find us at the Discord booth. But next is an interesting story we did talk about on the Tuesday show, but it's the fact that PlayStation and Sony are kind of changing the way you can buy digital games with them. It's a little weird, I'm not going to lie. So essentially, Sony has confirmed for retailers such as GameStop and Best Buy and stuff will no longer be selling traditional game digital codes. Maybe you buy your games digitally on Amazon, you'll buy the game on Amazon, you'll get your code, whatever. However you buy it, basically that type of thing is going away. They're leaning more into PSN gift card purchases, and that's really it. What I see them really doing is locking down their stuff. I didn't expect Sony to go this far into like a walled garden approach, but it seems like that's what they're doing. They're keeping their ecosystem completely locked in. They want you to buy their stuff through them and them only, which of course they're a business, that's their prerogative, but it's just kind of weird. What I'm really curious to see is if the other guys follow suit, like Nintendo or Xbox. Would they go this way? I don't know. I'm very curious to see what you guys, I buy a lot of my PlayStation games through Amazon, just get the code, so now I'm not going to be able to do that. I want to know if you guys buy your games that way, however you buy. Let's talk about this stuff down in the comments, because I think it's interesting. But one thing I wanted to point out, this was kind of a funny story. A thread on Resetera. Is that how you say it? Reset Era? How I say it. Resetera. Reset Era. Reset Era? I say Resetera at this point. There's always interesting conversations going on there sometimes, but this one was really interesting. A really good thread forum that was essentially a poll asking, when will the first, and I quote, next-gen console be revealed? 37% of the votes said second half of 2019, like post E3. 43.7% said the first half of 2020. They can think and vote whatever they really want, but I think I just wanted to ask you guys, when do you think we're going to see the first look at a next-gen console, whatever that may be? Xbox seems aggressive. They could be the first ones. Will that new Nintendo Switch revision count? That's another story. The Wall Street Journal, in case you guys missed it, this is a rumor, of course, but after speaking to sources, they've said that Nintendo, very soon in 2019, we will be seeing 2 new models of Nintendo Switch revised. One possibly going more the mobile route, not being sold with a dock, to be cheaper. Apparently they're taking out the HD rumble motors to make the whole thing cheaper, which bums me out because I like that digital ice cube vibrating thing. It's really stupid. But on the flip side, the real speculation is, what is the other one going to be? Is it going to be a Switch Pro? Apparently these unnamed sources say, hey, don't expect it to just be like an Xbox One to Xbox One X or PS4 to PS4 Pro. They're saying that this might be a different thing entirely and more of a Nintendo spin on it. Now what that means, I have no idea, but I really, really like the Switch, so if there is a bigger and badder one, I will consider getting it. I am part of the problem. There are a lot of video games here, so we gotta go play them and get our hands on them. But of course, before we go, we gotta do that console giveaway we do every single week. I'm still gonna do it even though we're here. You know how this goes down by now. There's a link in the description below. You click it to sign up, you enter once, then you're entered for good. And then every single week, we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And this week's winner is going to be, where should I put it? Where should I put the person? Right here. Right here? Right here. Congratulations, be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, stuff like that, because Tom and I are going to be reaching out to you soon to figure out how we can send you your free stuff. But I am exhausted, holy shit. Let's talk about all the stuff going on this week. First of all, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Did you beat it? Did you beat it in an hour? You definitely didn't. Don't lie to me. That's still my favorite story of the week. Not only that, if Nintendo Switch does release a revised version sometime in 2019, would that be something that you consider? For me, it would have to really be the features. Kick-ass battery life, better screen. I need something, man. Also, of course, the biggest story, Borderlands 3. Was it what you were expecting? Were you expecting something completely different? I want to know your hopes and dreams, your expectations, whether or not they were met, and essentially what information you want to know on April 3rd when they give us more stuff besides the release date. I just want more details about the characters and their abilities. But regardless, let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. I'll be down there talking to you guys as much as possible. But of course, if you got anything else for me, if you want to yell at me, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, @JakeBaldino. If you want to find me here too, we'll be tweeting about where we are. But that's it really. Thank you guys for coming around, listening to us yap about this stuff every week. You find Andrew? Is Andrew here? Hey. Oh, he walks so slow. Hey. No, we're done. We're done. Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Tell them to subscribe. And
Subscribe and stuff.
Get out of here. Come back up. Say pizza's on me.
Pizza's on me.
Tom, come say
thumbs up.
Come say pizza's on me.
I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Pizza's on
Pizza's
me.
on Jake.
All right.
Collective terrible.